Uh, Boom. What's good, Humble Beast Podcast? Welcome back to another episode of the Humble Beast Podcast. And today the topic is a bit interesting. We're gonna keep it short. Yeah, I just want to touch up on a little subject. Um, yeah. If you haven't watched my other podcasts that I've dropped, feel free to not click this page and go off this video and start watching the other episodes because you definitely do want to miss those. So yeah, I'm going off the head by the way with this one. I don't. It's been on my mind. It's been on my heart. So I just want to take it off my heart. I don't. I'm kind of upset because I was in the middle of like a fire podcast, recording this podcast, and then my mother's son decided to call my phone, and so it just paused. It just it took my energy. I didn't have any more energy, so I sat here. I was recording that podcast. I started recording at 1:30. It is currently 2:36. I just sat after that call. I was just here like sitting down. But um, everything happens for a reason. So with that being said, maybe there's just another opportunity for me to make this. It's just another opportunity for me to make this podcast fire, to get all my thoughts and everything together. And today we're going to talk about independent women, strong independent women. It's cool. It's nice. It's calm to meet a girl and she's strong. She's independent. She's this that and the third. Like she got her own bag. She do it on her own. She work. She got her own car. It's liberating to find that, right? But you have to look deeper into that. Like, what did this girl go through for her to possibly embody all this masculine energy? Okay, some of you might attack me because I said masculine energy, and what does that have to do with being independent? With a woman being independent? That's because I'm an independent woman. And doesn't mean I am masculine, right? Which is right. You're right, 100%. No, just because you're independent doesn't mean you have masculine energy. You can be independent and still be feminine, right? However, women of this generation, women of this era, eh, are overtly masculine, are independently to the extreme. The reason being is because they've been hurt heavy. They've been mistreated heavy, and it breaks my heart. It breaks my heart. Please don't see don't. I've hurt people too. I've mistreated women as well. Especially the woman I was with, I mistreated her. I hurt her. So please don't. If I don't look at me and go, "Oh, you," I'm not trying to bash you or nothing. Literally, no. I'm not trying to say I'm perfect or anything of that nature. All I'm saying is, it's all about what you do moving on forward. But a lot of these women, I have never. These women, when they tell me that I've been beat, I was in the ER. He stumped on me. He was stumping on me. He put a metal to my face. What? What? It meant, nigga. Why? That's what I want to know. Bro, I had ocean eyes, bro. Wallahi, be like I'm holding back tears. I'm getting tight because, like, bro, how is this woman sitting here and telling me this like it's normal? She's sitting here and telling me, speaking to me like, it's okay though. No, it's not okay. You know why? This is what I don't like about when you say it's okay. You know what it does? For example, when I do something to you and I come to you and apologize about it, and you tell me it's okay, you know what that does for the both of us? To me, subconsciously, it tells me, it signals to me that it's okay for me to keep doing what I'm doing. Like, it's okay. I can keep doing what I'm doing. And for you, what it signals to you is it will it will make you more. It will make you become more tolerant to this behavior. You understand? You will tolerate this behavior. You will think this behavior is normal. You will be okay with it happening even more because you tell them it's okay, and then in your head, when you say it's okay, your subconscious mind doesn't know no better, so it registered as okay. It's okay. This can keep happening to us, and we're gonna keep the same energy towards it. That's what I don't like about that. That's why it always rubs me the wrong way. When I apologize for something, you say it's okay, it's okay. I understand it. I understand it's okay. I understand you're saying it's okay, which is you're saying forgive me. You're saying I forgive you. Don't worry. No, allow me to finish. I'm sorry for what I did, and it's not okay. Don't you don't have to say anything neither. Just let me speak, or let's talk about it. You understand? Let's talk about it. Tell me how that made you feel. Don't tell me it's okay. Tell me it's not okay. When you tell me it's not okay, that's going to hit me and bring me back to reality. I'm going to think to myself, damn, I hurt this person heavy. Your behavior is not okay. You telling me my behavior is not okay versus it's okay is two different things. You tell me it's not, what I did was not okay, snap me back to life. I'm back to life. It's like getting hit in the face and realizing this is real life. Versus, it's okay. That makes me feel as though it's okay for that to happen again. Subconsciously, not me mentally. Subconsciously, I'm gonna think it's okay. You programming me to think. You're preparing yourself to accept this type of behavior over and over and over again, and you're programming that person to keep repeating the same behavior over and over again because you say it's okay. So you have to really be careful with what you say. You have to be careful because then it becomes a cycle. When you say it's okay, that becomes a cycle. And then this is true. This is true. It becomes a cycle because then from the breakup with this one, the next one beats them. You break up with this one, the next one beats them. You break up with this one, the next one cheats on them. They break up with this one, the next one. It becomes a cycle, because you've successfully programmed your brain, your subconscious mind into accepting this type of behavior. This type of abnormal behavior becomes of the norm in your head. Every time they do it, you say it's okay, which is why it happens over and over and over and over and over again, because you tell them it's okay. Subconsciously, they think it's okay to keep doing the same thing over and over again. Ladies and gents, please change the way you speak. Change the way you speak. It's very powerful. It will manifest in your life. It will manifest in your life. Change the way you speak. Wallahi billahi on everything. Change the way you speak. So, going back to what I was talking about, this woman tells me it's okay. I've moved on. I've been working myself. No, it made you more hyper vigilant, you're more masculine now. It made you more masculine. It made you super spooked about every little thing. You haven't dealt with that. You haven't sat with it, thought about it, planned it out. You sat in it, healed from it. You didn't do that. What you did was block that out and become independent and just like, I'm gonna do this by myself. I don't need a man. I am this. I am that. What a man can do for me, I can do for myself. What a man can do for me, I can do for myself. Let me read you this quote, right? It says, "It's not that men fear strong women. It's that they sense when the strength is built on survival, not peace. Their strength is built on survival and not peace." Girl, that little independentness that you're doing, bro, you're trying to survive, bro. You're not at peace. You're not at peace. You're just trying to survive. You're just trying to get by. It's gonna get to a point where you're gonna think you're okay enough to get into a relationship, then get into a relationship, and then realize those qualities, those characteristics from your past, you're bringing them into this other relationship, and then now you're hyper independent, and which is hard for you to allow a man to lead. and how you bumping heads with this man every single day. Because there's two niggas in the relationship. I was trying so hard not to cuss. I'm trying so hard not to cuss. All my days, I'm trying so hard. I don't even love. But goodness gracious, it's two niggas in a relationship. It's two men dating each other. This girl is all hyper masculine. Because this is what happens, right? This is men on men. I'm speaking for men to men. Bro. Man on man. When they get into it, they're always going to one up one another. They're always going to want to assert their dominance. Their goal is to say, I'm big dog. I'm the biggest dog. Now I'm bigger. That's the goal. So when you get in a relationship with a girl who's hyper masculine, who's overtly independent, plus a man who's masculine, you guys are going to bump heads like crazy. And you're going to lose track and lose focus and forget that you guys are literally on the same team. You're going to lose focus and lose track of the fact that you guys are literally in the same team. Now you guys are supposed to be in the same team, not against one another. Which is bad. Which is so bad because if the guy says it's okay, if the guy doesn't beat the fact that you're overtly masculine and thinks it's okay, bro, it's not gonna work. It's not gonna last. Whatever you're trying to do is not gonna work. Because we all have our own we all have our own role. My role is to be masculine and your role is to be feminine. And but in order for you to be deep within your femininity, I have to be deep within my masculine self. But that I don't have that you would just feel that as a woman. You would just feel that. I don't have to tell you I'm masculine. No, you're gonna feel that, and you're just gonna be deep within your feminine self, and just so you the most feminine you will ever be when you're around a masculine man. You'll be just at peace. You don't wanna. You're gonna be feeling girly. You wanna turn your brain off. You're gonna say, oh, my man's. You know what I'm saying? The boys to the medic, stop playing. Yeah. So, yeah, no. For a man, he won't have to tell you you're masculine. No, that's not gonna happen. But when you do have to tell the woman that you're masculine, that you're demasculine yourself. Because why are you announcing that you're masculine if you already are, if you are that? Why are you announcing it? You know, why are you announcing it? And I've experienced it plenty of times. And the sad part is, there's women. They want to settle down. But they waste. Some of you might get offended, but it's okay. They waste their times going to school, going to work, trying to be Instagram model, TikToker, Facebooker. They waste their time trying to compare to themselves to other women. They spend their time trying to figure out their face care routine, what bath soap they should be using, which is nothing. There's nothing wrong with trying to figure out your self care routine, bath soap, this and the third. But it becomes a problem when that's what your mind is fixated on. That's what your whole life revolves around. That becomes a problem. The reason being is because you forget to work on all these characteristics, all these bad qualities that you have. And you also forget to work on them to strengthen them. And you also forget to take some out and throw them away and leave them in the past. You completely forget all of that. And you get older, and you get older, and you get older. The older you get, the more you say, I want to settle down. The more you start to think about settling down. But at that time, you're older. You're old. And you haven't even begun to work on yourself. Your maturity level is not even there. You're 28. But your maturity level is telling me you're 18, 15. Understand? Your maturity level is telling me you're 16, 17. And you don't even know yourself. You don't understand yourself. You lack self-love, self-worth, self-respect. You don't have no morals, values, standards, goals, You don't have any of it. Maybe you might. Most women have goals, but don't really have standards. You're insecure. Nothing wrong with being insecure either, but it becomes a problem when it's like, yeah, no, something is actually wrong with it. When it becomes okay, nothing is wrong with anything. It only becomes a problem. It only becomes a problem when it's a cycle. Understand? When I say nothing wrong is wrong with anything, I don't mean like when it's obviously wrong. You know it's wrong. Killing somebody is wrong. You understand? That's wrong. That is so wrong. Or what I mean by when I say nothing is wrong with anything, it becomes wrong when it's a cycle. There's a few things that can go under that category. You understand? There's a few things that can go under the category, and there's a lot of other things that can't go under that category. But yeah, again, it becomes a problem when it's a cycle. When it becomes a cycle, you don't want it to become a cycle. You don't want it to become repetitive because why? What is it? What is intellect? What does it mean to be intellectual? To be intellectually smart. What does that mean to be? What's the intellect? You know. If you repeat the same thing if you make the same mistakes over and over and over and over and over again, that's a problem. Something wrong with the intellectual property. The intellectual property is asleep. It's something. It's asleep. There's a cognitive dissonance somewhere. Will disconnect. Something rewiring needs to be rewired. Because you making the same mistake over and over again, it just means something is off. Something is off. So with that being said, like I was saying, there's a lot of these women they don't really work on themselves at a young age. You know, you gotta focus on building yourself, making sure you're mentally, first of all, you're mentally stable. You wanna be stability. You wanna be mentally stable. You want to know yourself. You have to love yourself. You have to respect yourself. Because when you're 28, you haven't worked on these things. I guarantee you. But you're ready to settle down. I guarantee you. That man you're gonna get with, he's gonna have to love. He's gonna have to give you that love. That whatever you're lacking in, whatever those areas, self-love, self-respect, self-worth, boundaries, learn how to say no, goals. You feel me? That man is gonna have to pour into you. He's gonna have to then reteach you all of those things at that age. You're 28, cuz. And now you got a degree, but your job laid you off. Well, you spent what? Like, almost 15 years trying to get this degree, and then now you finally got the degree. You're 100K in debt, and you don't know yourself. You don't have self-respect, self-love, or nothing for yourself. And then you're going to sit here and say you're the prize. I'm not saying you're not the prize, but it's like when you don't know your self-love, when you don't love yourself, when you don't have respect for yourself, when you don't have goals, morals, what are your values? When you're lacking in those areas, and your character, you don't have it, and you don't have a personality, bro. How are you the prize? How are you adding to my life? Because a woman is supposed to multiply. So how are you adding to my life? And are you teachable? Can I teach you? How receptive are you? Are you gonna argue with me? How well are you? How healed are you from your past? Then you start asking all these questions. I'm saying you gotta ask these questions before you start taking these women out to these fancy dates and then get disappointed in the fact that this girl doesn't love herself, she's jealous and she's insecure and things like that, and she's asking you, where you at, who you with, what you doing? Then you just like, damn, I spent all this bread on this female, I done spent all my time with this girl the whole time, this, that, and the third. Yeah, oh God, you have to do your research now. You have to be patient. And you gotta put your own game, bro. Put your own game, bro. Bro, it's there. They got niggas. Dating advice, dating lessons, dating anything you need. It's already in real life. It's out here. Just pay attention to how everything works. It's easy, bro. You wanna date? You wanna know how to date the correct way. The correct way of dating. You wanna know? Nobody's ready for this. Listen, I'll give you an example. When you go to a job interview, you're not the only candidate. Yeah? You're not the only candidate at the job interview. You're not the only one there. That's what you need to understand. You're not the only one that's been interviewed for that job. You don't just go and then boom, you're hired. Unless you unless you overqualify. Oh yeah, hell yeah. That's very rare though. That's very rare to just be overly qualified and boom. Some people get this job on the spot and some people don't. Oftentimes, traditionally speaking, universally, you come to the interview, you get interviewed. They tell you, okay, well, we have other applicants that we are going to interview, and we'll get back to you within 3 to 4 business days. And then, hey, yo, is this John Doe? Yo, John Doe, how you doing? This is 24 Hour Fitness. We're just calling you to return your call for second interview. You've went to the next phase. Oh, calm. Okay, cool. Yay. Bruh, it's the same thing with dating. It's the same thing. People might call you, look, don't fornicate. Don't have, as long as you're not having sex with these girls, don't do that. As long as you're not doing that, you're cool. You can do that. You understand? You can do that. You can go out with different females. Just, it's like an interview. You wanna know, you wanna find the eligible candidate, eligible bachelor. You get what I'm saying, didn't it? You can do that without having to go on a fancy dates. You go on the fancy dates, the fancy stuff that you do is when you find the woman that you wanna spend the rest of your time with, the rest of your life with. That's when you start to go on those fancy dates. And that's how you keep. That's how you stop yourself from putting too much into somebody too soon, and save yourself from all that anger and disappointment and heartache. Like, I put all this money on you, I spent all this time. Yeah, you did, but damn boy, you stupid. What you doing? What you thought this was? I'm not your girl, nigga. What you over here doing this at the third? I'm gonna eat her. I'm gonna take advantage. If I was a girl, you know what I would. Yeah, take me to Michelinette. Yeah, take me to a 5-star. Yeah, take me to Hell's Kitchen. Yeah, take me to Hotels 9. Yeah, take me to the waterfront. Yeah, I will be eating. If I was you're TikTok, I'll be an eater. Oh, I will make these niggas worship the water. I would make these individuals worship the ground that I walk on. The ground that I will kiss my feet, boy. Yes, kiss my feet. I'll take that. Hold on. Let me yeah, bro. Wallahi, you don't have to do nothing fancy. You can everything you want to know in life. You can just look at the way things work, like computers, train station, the systems. There's already a system in place to help you navigate through life. And oftentimes, I just be like, again, a great example is how the hiring process works. You're looking for a wife, hiring process. You lot might not want to hear that. What I say is the reason why you lot might not want to hear that, and you might say I'm a 205, or I'm a douchebag, this, that, and the third. Listen, you can do that as long as you're not having sex with them. As long as sex is not involved, you can do that. So you do that with that message. You do with that message as you wish, as you will. Anyways, like I was saying, but the women, overtly masculine, and it gets to the point where, bro, I don't know. We are bumping heads. I only bump heads with men. I don't want to raise my voice. I want to raise my voice with men. Because why would you be in my face yelling at me for? Why are you yelling at me? Yeah. Anyways, yeah, we all have our own roles. Like I said, women feminine, men masculine. When that happens, it's beautiful. It comes together. That's like when coming together is like when the man is masculine and when the woman is feminine. When they come together, it's like a breath of fresh air. You ever looked at a view and just melted? You ever been so sleepy? You as soon as you hit the pillow, your brain just fully melted into your bed. You just melted onto the pillow. Just that's how it's gonna feel, and you're gonna be so soft, so chill when she's feminine. You know, on women, you understand when you're feminine, you make the man more soft, in tune with his soft side. with his low lamb side, you gonna get the best version of him. And when you're masculine, you gonna get the best version of her. When I mean by masculine, I'm not saying beat her. I'm not saying beat her. No, don't do that. That's not masculine. That's rubbishness. That's buffoonery. Now I gotta come and find you and beat you. How would you feel? Yeah. How would you feel? How would you feel? You beat on a girl, yeah, right? You beat on her, right? Cool, calm, right? Okay, let me find you. Is that now? Can I beat you? How you make it make sense? How do you beat this? How do you just beat on a female, bro? How do you just do that, cuz? Cause I know a lot of you niggas would never do that to a nigga for real. You would never squabble up with a nigga. In the gym, I done seen niggas get disrespected and didn't say a single word. But if it's a girl that said that, oh girl, who you think you are? Boom, 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 boom. Oh my God, he's so masculine. Oh, he beat a girl, yeah. You're a buffoon, bro. Wallahi billah, you're a buffoon. If I see you, bro, I might smack you in your shit. You're not gonna do nothing neither. See, those type of guys, I want to slap in front of the female, just so she can see, like, bro, this guy he's really not about nothing. He's really not on nothing, because like he's only gonna beat you because he knows there's nothing you can do. The man's now he feel good. Now he feel good. I see this nigga I'm 2-0. You 2-0, nigga. You beat your girl. How you 2-0? Nigga, that's that's an L, nigga. That's a straight L, bro. Wallahi be like, how you 2-0? Ooh, I'm 2-0. Shut your boy. 2-0. You beat your ex and your new girl. You 2-0. Are you serious? Come on, gang. Don't do that. I'm tweaked out. Let me get off of this. Anyways, a lot of women. Let me get this. A lot of women. Their strength is built on survival, not on peace. So they're not at peace. They just want to survive, and you know, a lot of oftentimes they trick themselves into thinking that they're at peace when in actuality they're just trying to survive. They're on survival mode right now, and that's it. Until somebody comes into their life and breaks that barrier and open that box and expands their horizon and tells them like, yo man, you tricked out. This is not normal. Let me help you. Let's do this. Let me do this. Only then will they begin to experience what is then called the elixir of life. And I hope and pray that all the women out there that are on survival mode, that you one day break through all of that demons, all of that sadness, all of that fear. I hope you one day find somebody who will see you for you and will want to work with you, on you, for the betterment of yourself. I pray and hope that you will, indeed. And I pray and hope that when you do find that person, when that person finds you, I hope you can allow that person to come into your life and help you. And I hope that you know that you're worthy of having this person in your life to help you become a better version of yourself. Because oftentimes I know from experience, you will feel like you're not worthy of this person because of what's happened in the past, because you have been so like that you was tore apart. The man told you will never find nobody like me. You will never gonna find no nigga like me. You will never gonna do this. You will this, you're that. You will this, you're that without me. You know, the man has to find, when the man comes, he has to be gentle, and he has to understand. First of all, you gotta understand. Like, I have a lot of work to do. And when the man's, what you gotta understand is he's already analyzed all of that. When he says I want to help you, it means he's already analyzed, and he knows he already knows and believes you're worth it. Before you even convince him, I don't know if I'm worth it. Gang, you don't think you're worth it. That's why you're still dealing with this buffoonery. The man thinks you're worth it, which is why he's coming into your life and telling you, I want to help you. I'm here. I'm real. I want to help you. Let's figure this out. You're worthy of it. So I hope you understand that you're worthy, and please allow this man to come into your life and help you become a better version of yourself, because you have been suffering for far too long. You have been sad for far too long. Allow this man to come and give you joy. Allow this man to come in and give you happiness, so you can experience life. You can experience the final thing of life. Final thing of life is happiness. It's not a materialistic thing. It's nothing materialistic. It's none of this stuff, bro. Final things of life is happiness, freedom. It's so liberating to be happy, bro. To smile, to see. You gonna see life from a different perspective. A perspective you've never seen it before. A perspective that you never even thought existed. Like, oh my gosh, really? Yeah.
So please, 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 I pray for you, cuz. I pray you get that. I hope you find out, man, I'm going to come into your life and say, baby, you worth it. I'm going to help you get through this. We're going to work together. Yeah. So, boom. I'm getting to, let me get off of this. I'm done for the day, bro. I'm take that. Hold on. Let me stop. Yeah. Thank you for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Send them boys to the medic. Stop playing with them. I'm going to send your man to the medic. Put your hands on your girl one more time. Now I'm sending you to the medic. Let me come down. Yeah. Yeah, thank you. Like, comment, subscribe. Why am I having too much fun on this podcast by myself than I do with folks on here? I'll take that, but I'm about to drop this right now. Word up. Alright, I'm gonna see you guys in the next video though. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know. Comment down below. I don't know. Do something. Move. I don't know. Whatever. Alright, I'm out, bro. I'll take that.